C4, keep it clean. Corby, welcome to Corby. It is the largest town in Northamptonshire, other than Northampton. Well, we see down there a Wetherspoons. We know no Wetherspoon ever has a dartboard, but we don't need to worry about that because we've got the Corby Candle. Now this looks interesting, let's say. Baltic supermarket. Okay. Yeah, this definitely could be an interesting vlog. I believe it's got a dartboard. I've never been in this place. I've actually never been to Corby. But yeah, Corby Candle. Looks pretty pretty robust, to be honest. Wow. I mean, sickening stuff. Let's take a look inside. Episode 72 of Rate the Darts Venue. Corby Candle. Board watch. Well, it's a Winmau Blade 4. It's an old board, but it's in pretty decent condition. I get the sense this board isn't used very often. I'm going to give this board, good quality board once upon a time. Seen better days. I'm going to say for board, it's a 6 out of 10. Well, you may have noticed that Christmas has hit the Corby Candle. It didn't need to have, because it is only November. But pint of Foster's £3.25, which is very, very good value indeed. Bag of crisps, £1.20, so not brilliant, but it is a grab bag, a big old bag of crisps. What's that? £4.45 beer and crisps. I'm not going to argue too much with that. I'm going to give that for value a 9 out of 10. Well, in terms of dart setup, we've got a real impediment here, and that is that this board is essentially in a redundant area. I say that because of the proximity of the furniture. So I'm guessing this ain't getting used very often. Funnily enough, there is a corridor between the furniture and the board, so I'll be able to use it, but I can tell that the board just ain't getting used, which might be why such an old board is in such good condition. In terms of the actual setup itself, there's no surround. It's one of those sort of coir mat sort of backings, which isn't bad at all. But yeah, no surround. There's no lighting. Some spotlights. They're not great, to be honest. It's not badly lit because you've got a lamp there on the wall, but yeah, pretty poor, to be honest. And yeah, we've got a shared area with a pool table, which is not particularly too close. Where would I be stood from throwing? I'd probably be stood about here. So yeah, it's kind of all right in terms of a shared area, to be honest. Hopefully you can still hear me. But absolutely no oche, which won't surprise you. And to be honest, it's another bit of evidence that suggests the board ain't getting used. So all things told, you know, right next to the bar here, around the corner, it's clearly a bar where the pool table's fully utilised. And the dartboard isn't. But for dart setup, we're going to give it, potentially, if it was being used, it'd be a 5 out of 10. So yeah, we've actually got torn up beer mats that are acting as a kind of support for the board. Which, hey, if it means the board's flush to the wall straight, fair enough. Not ideal. Doesn't give you much confidence, but hey, I ain't professional. But now it's time for check out the episode number challenge, which is 72. So I'm going to be looking treble 16 for double 12. Bear in mind, I don't know where to stand. I might be too close, I might not be close enough. It feels about right. So, treble 16. Wow. That's not 1953 left. So it's got to be the worst 3 darts ever thrown in the challenge. That was in treble 16. That was in at 19. That was in at 13. 69. 53. 49 remaining. 46. I do have no confidence in where I'm standing, I've got to be honest. Tops left. One bed. Double 15 left. Double, I said, not treble. One bed again. That was in double 5. I've still got double 5 left. There we have it. Wow, terrible episode in terms of the checkout. Very poor darts. Must be around the 20 dart mark. Series average on the screen. Well, just reflecting there on the dart setup, I've given it 5 out of 10 based on how good it could be. But it's inaccessible and I didn't know where to stand. So having just completed the checkout challenge, I am going to revise the dart setup to a 4 out of 10. Well, the general atmosphere and environment, if you're grading it on atmosphere, you'd grade it high. Because it's buzzing. And if you're grading it on environment, you'd grade it low. Because it's just not the nicest bar, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I think for general atmosphere and environment, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. But zooming in there, you see Corby Steelworks. Well, that probably explains all the Scottish accents. This pub is very much an embodiment of Corby, which is basically Scottish accents everywhere. And by the way, they've got some Rangers memorabilia behind the bar, which is bizarre. But loads of people with Celtic kits on here. But I'm going to summarise now. In fact, no, I'll summarise outside. Well, it was an interesting experience that pubs, we're here in Northamptonshire, England, pubs full of Scottish accents, so thick that I couldn't understand it. And I'm Scottish, but at the end of the day, it's one of those bars, I think, which is tailored at those that probably drink in there all the time. It's a great pub for locals. Bit of an odd one, really. I'm going to summarise it in total. Well, it's 25 out of 40, cut to the chase. Yeah, 9 for value, 6 for atmosphere and environment. 6 for board and 4 for dart setup. Finished where I started. This has been Corby, Northamptonshire. Corby Candle, 25 out of 40. See you in the next episode and thanks for watching.